Good morning, collective. Good morning. Wakey, wakey. It's time for some healing. Hello, everybody. We love you so much. I love you so much. I am so grateful to be here, co creating with you in this magical way. We hope that you are having a fantastic weekend, and we hope that you are well and that you're healthy and that you're receiving kindness and that you're being kind to others and that you're finding joy in hard times if that's what you're going through, because there's always both. If you're going through a bad time, there's something in that bad time that is also good. And we have been taught by our spirit team to focus on that because energy goes where your focus goes. And we don't come here to just have an easy peasy squeezy life. We come here for the contrast. We come here for imperfection because we are already perfect. So we love you and we're here for you. You're not alone in this shift that we're going through from the head to the heart. I am so excited to be with you. I'm your favorite spirit medium, host of Spirit News on Spotify, where we teach you about your non-physical energy and how you are first and foremost a non-physical entity of love and light having a human experience, and you are that no matter how human you are right now. You are that also. And we are so happy to be here for you. We have a lot of exciting things coming up. We have a new segment for Spirit News called Interviews, where we have been interviewing other healers, other intuitives, other people who are psychically inclined or becoming more awakened at this time as we're shifting consciousness. And it's been really exciting. We're so excited to bring that forward to you. You can find Spirit News on all major platforms. How exciting is that? We're so grateful to be able to reach as many people as possible to receive our kind of healing. So we want to let you know that you can find any of those platforms on our link tree through the bio. You can also find our socials. We do TikToks and we have an Instagram and some other goodies on there. Feel free to check them out. If you want to be part of the community, we'd love to have you. We're doing another reading today, another dream interpretation. I had a couple dreams that I was questioning, that I want a little more clarification on, and I think they could be pertinent and helpful, so we'll get into that. We love you so much. We try to post every weekend, so if you really love us and you like the vibe and you like the feels and the heels, we'd love to have you. Make sure you're hitting that like button and the subscribe button so you can know when we're posting or when we come on. We'd love to have you. I've been having nightmares lately. That word nightmare can be so misleading, I feel like. The word nightmare can often be interpreted as like something really scary, that's something you don't want to face, something that's in your subconscious that could potentially be holding you back, but is in that is shown to you in a vision form or in a very symbolic way. So I always say try not to take your dreams so literally. If something that you perceive as scary happening, because it's always symbolic. It's never like literal. It's always symbolic, and it's a dream, which is it's the astral plane, so it can't really affect you too much, unless you believe it can. My girlfriend said something similar to what you just said. Yeah, it's your perspective. Your dreams are, I mean, first of all, dreams are a miracle. Dreams are a freaking miracle. I mean, you go to sleep and you're living like a whole other reality when you go to sleep. Spirit says, Spirit has educated me because I'm a very lucid dreamer. I control my dreams and I write them down, and I take whatever dreams that may be perceived to other people as nightmares, and I actually like go into battle. It's like I'm like I'm controlling it. So, like, for example, one dream I had that would have been perceived like negative, I go into it knowing that I could potentially see something that is not ideal, that's not going to be ideal. So, I go into it knowing that, understanding that whatever it's showing me is something that I need to look at. So there's like this one giant samurai that I was in battle with, and it was a battle of thought, and you had to, our weapon was thought, and it was giant. It was a giant, and I'm a small thing, and it was chasing me on this snowy mountain on a fast moving train going around like the tip of a snowy mountain, and I had to find a way to escape. So I created a portal with my mind. I thought of a portal that goes into a hole of water, and then I closed it up before the samurai could go through it. Just like something, if you weren't aware of that you can control your dreams, you would allow the samurai to get you, because like, what do you do? So it's definitely a practice that it's definitely a practice you have to be consciously aware that you can control. So we do have a dream today. Somebody needs to hear that. Robert, I think you need to hear that. Um, Lucid dreaming is possible. Do it every night, and you can do it too. Hey, if you're going to talk about feet, we're not talking about feet today. But if you're going to be naughty, I'm going to get you out of here. I want you to stay so you can get the heels in the feels. But if you're going to be naughty, I'm going to get you out. Okay? Oh, thank you so much for being here, Robert. It's my pleasure. My pleasure. I'll share any knowledge I have. If I have it, if I've already received it from my spirit guides, I'm happy to share it. So the dream I had was very interesting. It was, so it kind of the vibe I got from it was what was happening to me on a micro scale in the dream could potentially have been happening on a macro scale, on a bigger scale. And I wanted to validate that because anything's possible, and I don't want to limit any possibilities that could be happening, because then I can't heal it and then we can't overcome it. Bringing awareness to things that might seem impossible to, which we just talked about slightly in dreams, is a way to heal things. So even if it seems outlandish, I just want to bring it up because I had the dream and I think it could be valuable. So the dream was, I don't know how to start it. So I was dressed up like a bird. I was dressed up like a bird, almost like a costume, but I really believed I was this bird. Like someone raised me to believe I was a bird. And I was acting like a bird and I was clucking like a bird, but I was a human wearing a bird suit. And then, like, these events happened where there was a lot of chaos and turmoil around me, and I was slowly shedding different parts of the bird suit. And as I did that, I was slowly starting to come to a realization that I'm not a bird. And eventually I got to a point where I realized that I've been perceiving everything wrong, and that I've been thinking I'm something I'm not for a long time. And I've been had this lens on, some kind of like lens on, where I'm perceiving things a certain way that they're not, like an illusion. It was like some kind of worldwide illusion that had finally broken away. And it felt like someone put some kind of manipulation or illusion on me and other people to believe that things are a certain way and that we're a certain way, and that we have to operate a certain way, and we don't. And when I started to realize, when all the bird outfit was off, I was like, oh, I was looking at myself like I was brand new, like I was a brand new thing. And I was so confused because even people, I was perceiving like good people as bad people, and I was perceiving bad people as good people, you know? And what I mean by that is just like people who are actually like, uh, you know, warm-hearted and kind, I was perceiving as cruel and evil. And then the people who are evil, I was perceiving as kind. And and it happened slowly through like turmoil and chaos that was going on around me with people around me. Above, thank you, Spirit. Small rural town. And so, what Spirit was showing me was that there was some kind of restriction placed upon people's ability to expand their perception and to really look at people truthfully or authentically the way they are. And so I was like, that's interesting. I want to know more about that, because if you know, I don't know what's going to come out, but you know, if I had to guess, you know, we know that a lot of people play with energy manipulation. So who's to say that someone who's jealous of you isn't going to go and do some kind of spell that you can look up online very easily. People are posting them left and right, or go pay for one by a practitioner that shouldn't be doing that, to have people who care about you look at you like you're not who you say you are. Or you can be fooled by your own thoughts, by your own beliefs. You know, your false beliefs can also manipulate energy, because they're manipulating your ability to perceive things the way they are instead of the way you think they are. So, very interesting. I'm very intrigued by that, and I want to know more. Okay. Because we're here to help. I want to help in any way I can. My spirit team. So let's do this. Should we do... I've really been loving the Trivial Pursuit. It's super fun. Absolutely love it. I know exactly what you mean. Oh, thank you, Robert. And I got a confirmation too. Thank you, Robert, for agreeing with me. So uncertain. Spirit said uncertain. So I got 3 blue, 1 green, and 1 brown. Let's do it. Let's see what Spirit wants us to know. Thank you so much for being here. If you love what you're seeing and the messages we're getting, please hit that like button so we can be found by other people. It really helps the channel out. We'll do blue first. What were the Doobie Brothers on while shooting the cover photo for Stampede? Horses. I definitely thought that was going to be a drug question. What were the Doobie Brothers on? I thought that was... And the Doobie Brothers. I definitely thought that was going to be some kind of substance. But it says horses. Call me irresponsible. Someone may have been being irresponsible on substances or something. Stampede. Possibly some brothers. Possibly some brothers. Remember you're mine, and I almost lost my mind. Sinatra calls himself unreliable, undependable, unpractical, and unpredictable. Well, he sounds horrifying. Who, according to Simon and Garfunkel, is shaking my confidence lately? Yeah, just like I said. There's something, some kind of veil has been lifted. During moments of weakness. Some kind of veil has been lifted because somebody was shooting the cover photo. Someone was trying to make something look like it was something. Someone who's unreliable, undependable, unpractical. Yeah, just like I was saying. Come through, Spirit. There's somebody who is the opposite of somebody whose kind was, they were like switched or something. They like made people perceive them differently than they were. They made the good look bad and the bad look good. And now that the veil is lifted or the spell is broken or whatever this is, there's some kind of shift where now people are coming out of this thing they've been looking at, and they're confused, and and it's shaking their confidence, because they're like, why was I looking at them like that? Why was I acting this way towards them? It's kind of like, it feels like that. It feels like that. All right. Why are you ignoring me? What did you say? How are you, beautiful ma'am? Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you. I'm fantastic. How are you? I'm so sorry. I wasn't ignoring you. My eyesight's actually very bad, and sometimes I just can't read the words. So if I can't read them easily, I won't. I have to like kind of squint like that. Okay, we'll do another blue one. Who won Country Music Association Awards for the best vocal group from 72 to 77? The Statler brothers. Brothers again. There's some kind of brother dynamic here. And they're unpractical, unreliable, undependable, and unpredictable. What society dance I said handler. I meant to say band leader, but I said handler. What society handler? Committee.
Rural store.
A rural store. What society dance band leader? It's definitely a handler. Dropped out of pharmacy school to play piano for Leo Reisman Orchestra. Eddie Duchin. There could be brothers here, and brothers doesn't have to mean related. It could be a fraternity. It could be a spirit side community. This says society. It could be a band of brothers. Someone could be a Leo. A group of people who orchestrated, a society of people who orchestrated some kind of group or association or spirit side committee to try to win something. Who split with his manager, Norman Petty, when told he was being ripped off? Buddy Holly. These could be buddies, like when guys call each other brother, like, what up, brother? They could be friends. What Michael Jackson pet answers to Mr. Tibbs? His sheep. His sheeple. This is some kind of society where there's a sheeple. Okay. What about them? They're unpractical, undependable. All these people have this in common. They're all walking in this energy. A group of people walking around in unpredictable energy. That's scary. I have my last blue one. What folk Skinner? I can't even speak today. I said handler, Skinner. What folk singer plays harmonica on the little track of Harry Belafonte's Midnight Special? Bob Dylan. Could be someone named Bob or Dylan. Could be someone named Harry. What handsome sax player led the Casa Loma Orchestra? Another orchestra reference. So someone's handsome, or these could be handsome men. They could have gotten together because there's some kind of Casanovas or something, or think they are. But Spirit says they're Tweedledee. Tweedledee. Who sold more copies of Tweedledee in 55? Laverne Baker or K-Star? K-Star. Someone could be a cook or work in a kitchen or something. What group recorded Be Stiff, Whip It, and I Can't Get No Satisfaction? Devo. Whip It Good. Da-na-na-na-na. Oh, I didn't know they sang I Can't Get No Satisfaction. Be Stiff, Whip It, and I Can't Get No Satisfaction. This group, this is some kind of boys group or men or group of men that have sex a lot. Some kind of Casanovas. People who like midnight specials, but they're like Frank Sinatra. They're undependable, unpractical, unreliable, and unpredictable. They started some kind of club or something because they wanted to control the way something looked. The way something looked. Shooting the cover photo for Stampede. But they were on something. They were on wild horses. They were on, possibly they're on some kind of substance or something. Is box air on a G string always played on a G string? Yeah, something about how they could have like addictions, sex addictions, porn addictions, things like that. Something like that. What? It's some kind of boys club or band of brothers or a group of men or something that are some kind of wannabe Casanovas. Hey, Amanda. Thanks for being here. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We love you so much. So, tell me what this has to do with the illusion, or it might not have nothing to do with my dream. Let's see. What former girlfriend of Mick Jagger had the comeback album Broken English? Marianne Faithfull. So one of these gentlemen could have a girlfriend. One of these gentlemen could have a girlfriend who's possibly speaks broken English. She could be from out of the country. She could be somebody that knows about this boys club. What leather-clad blonde tells Alan Delon in Not So Broken English again, skin me, in a 1968 flick? Marianne Faithfull again. Brightly. There's two Marianne Faithfulls on one card, which does not happen often. So yeah, there's also a girlfriend in this dynamic. Someone who has an accent or broken English or is not from the United States. Okay. I got one last one. We're kind of getting a baseline for what's going on here. Spirit feels like this group is very pertinent to the information. I feel like pertinent is my main go-to word lately. Brown, 60s. What Rolling Stone was dubbed Mr. Shampoo by his colleagues? Mr. Shampoo. Brian Jones. Someone named Brian? Someone named Brian, Don, John, Nicholas, Bob, Frank, and a woman, a girlfriend, perhaps named Mary or Marianne, Maria, Anne. People who harm. Spirit just said people who harm. Which Kingston trio played the conga drum? Nick Reynolds. This could be a group, and I have what Cotton Club band leader's real first name is Cab Calloway. Yeah, there's something here about a club of some kind, and I don't know if they're like purposely being a club or if it's just like a group of friends or people who have something in common. There's men and one woman. There's a man and one woman, possibly named Marianne, because I have Marianne twice. Okay. So let's see. Hello, Earth Angel. Thank you for being here. How are you this morning? So happy to be with you. Spirit, can you please give me the vibe of this group? Like, what is the vibe of this group? Please give me the vibe of this group. What's the overall vibe of this group that you're trying to tell me about? Kind of feels like Tweedledee Tweedledum, like a bunch of people who are pretending to know that they know things, but actually none of them know anything. This is the vibe of the group. So they're worried about something. I had a dream, traumatized. Well, stick around. We're happy to share energy with you to help you overcome that. Spirit said absolutely. Spirit said to stick around. So, again, yeah, these people are worried. They played some kind of trick. There was something that they were doing that was underhanded or that was tricky in some way. Let's do some more tiles. Spirit, what were they? What do you want us to know about this group? What were they doing? Something they do at midnight? Something they get together to do at midnight? Something they welcome and don't say goodbye to? Something they don't say goodbye to. Hey, Melissa, thanks for being here. Average. Something they're very average at. I told you these people are Tweedledum Tweedledee. They get together in a group, some kind of society or committee. Spirit said committee. And they all pretend like they know something. Kitten. Location. GPS location. Boatyards. Oh my god, I had a dream about a boat yesterday. I mean, last night. I had a dream about a boat last night. I was driving my old best friend around, and she was wearing so much makeup, and she was taking hours to do her makeup, and all her brushes she had so many brushes, and they're all dirty. And I'm like, why are you wearing so much makeup? Why are you taking so long to do your makeup? What's going on? It's like she was trying to cover something up. She was trying to cover something up. And she had these weird knots on her head that were like protruding out of her skin. It kind of reminded me of something like growing out of her skin, and she would like compress them. And I'm like, what's going on with you? And she was so angry, and I was driving near a boatyard, and she was like trying to make me crash, and she kept like turning the steering wheel, but luckily we were going slow because just like it wasn't the highway or anything. And we didn't crash or anything. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing that? I'm like trying to understand what's wrong with her. And then there's this giant boat because we're driving like past, like next to the water. And I can see, I don't know how it would be done, maybe by sound or something, but these invisible, like, sonic waves are hitting the water like boom, and it's like a big circle, like a big sonic wave hit the water, boom, boom. So I don't know. I don't know. Spirit just said boatyard, so. And GPS location. This group of people who are average, who are immature, could have GPS tracked someone or illegally GPS tracked somebody for some reason. Agonizing. It's agonizing for them to think of themselves being average. Maybe that's why they all pretend to know how to do something or be experts at something. But their confidence is being changed. Accident. GPS location, boatyards, and accident. Accident under kitten. A storm. Storm. Blame. They don't want to be blamed for something. Blame is in reverse. They don't want to be blamed for some storm that's coming.
Victoria.
1. Victoria.
He will harm.
He will harm Victoria? Murder her? I have murder and her. Someone... What? So this group of people are worried because some kind of storm is coming, because it might come out that they're average people and autoregressive.
Victoria was summoned.
Victoria was summoned. They may have summoned something to cause an accident by using for someone's car. Something about someone's car. Something about GPS tracking someone to cause an accident. So no one would be able to blame her. This could have been this girlfriend's idea. Yes. Spirit said yes. Whoever this girlfriend is, is under some kind of generational curse that they're perpetuating for some kind of toxic behavior. They may have come up with an idea to illegally GPS track somebody and cause some kind of accident for them. But some kind of flash happened. Something changed in a flash. Something changed in a flash. And now they're screwed. And now they feel like they're screwed because something's coming out about what they did. Something that has to do with a bank and something they took pleasure doing. Something that they may have took pleasure doing to someone gentle. To someone who's gentle and kind. Oh, I wonder if this has to do with my dream, because it was like a kind person was made to look evil and an evil person was made to look kind. Hey, Error. What up, homie? Thanks for being here. A gentle princess. I can't make it up. A gentle princess. People were not remembering her properly. People were not remembering her properly. They were blocking her. That's what I was saying. They were opposing her. Oppose. They're opposing her. Someone who's a gentle princess. Someone people were not remembering the truth about. It's like they were blocked. They were blocked to oppose her. I told you. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, thank you very much. Tell me more. What do these people do to block her? We'll do our magic cards. I saw the magic cards in my mind's eye. So do the magic cards. Tell me more. What did they do to block this gentle princess? They blocked people from remembering her properly. There's something they did to block people from seeing her the way she is. Truly is. They went this way. I told you. Sorcery. Yep. Running doesn't prove guilt, but innocent people don't typically flee into the Northridge Forest. Marie! Didn't I tell you someone's name is Marie? And I have Marianne. Thank you, Spirit. Running doesn't prove guilt, but innocent people don't typically flee into the Northridge Forest. Yeah, people who aren't guilty of something aren't trying to escape anything. They're not trying to be different. If somebody is guilty of something, they'll usually, portray some kind of guilt. Like, for example, if you have people in your life who betrayed you and don't want you to know, some of the behaviors you'll notice from them is that they stonewall you. They go completely silent. They don't want to talk to you because why would they want to implicate themselves in any way? The easiest thing to do is to just not talk to you. So it's kind of like that. Like, that is a red flag of somebody who's say your best friend, did you dirty, and you might not know about it, but you have some kind of, you could possibly know about it, but you can't prove it. They're gonna not call you. They're not gonna go out of their way to talk to you. That's like a red flag of guilt of some kind of. So just like someone who's innocent, they're gonna do the opposite. They're not gonna. If you're innocent and there's nothing you've done, you're not an evil person. What do you have to run away from? What do you have to avoid? Nothing. So something like that. They went this way. Like, they went this way. Somebody was lying about this person. And it says sorcery right there. So some kind of energy manipulation. Bioluminary. Merfolk performer. Churchly. Someone who may have called upon, because Spirit said summoned Victoria. Someone who may have called upon some kind of siren spirit or something. The Garganticari astro serpent hated the taste of merfolk, but the audience didn't need to know that. Yeah, someone who this group was performing for each other. Yeah, this group had some kind of ego thing where they all had to pretend that they knew how to do something. They were all experts at something they were not experts at all. They all could possibly have some kind of addiction to something. If it's not substances, it's like porn or sex or something like that. They were trying to make a gentle princess not be remembered properly. They were blocking the way people remembered a gentle princess. That she's a pleasure. But now they're in some kind of storm because they were being immature about something because they couldn't accept that they're average. It's agonizing that to them to think that they could be average. So they try to cause some kind of accident with a gentle princess's car. They possibly illegally GPS tracked them to cause some kind of accident. This was the idea of the girlfriend of someone in this club, this boys' club, but now there's some kind of storm coming because they're gonna be blamed for something, or people are gonna find out about what they did. Cerebral confiscation. Cerebral confiscation. Oh, damn. Oh, I don't think I showed you the bioluminary. I'm sorry. Okay, so some kind of they called upon some kind of siren magic or something. Because Spirit said summon. Victoria was summoned. Sorcery again. Never rely on secondhand description. Always review the memory yourself. The memory. Yes, I told you. There is people, whoever is associated with this gentle princess, who's a pleasure, their family, their friends, their co-workers, whoever is in their circle, they were manipulated by some kind of group to be looked at as someone who has a screw loose, to be blamed for something. But it didn't work. And Spirit is saying that they should have reviewed their own memories, because now these people are coming out of this fog. They're coming out of some kind of fog or illusion, and they're wondering, why did I think that about this person? Why was I so gung-ho about hating this person? Why did I believe what this person said about this person? You know, that's what some kind of rumors were spread. That could have been the sorcery, some kind of word magic, you know, when you purposely manipulate people the way people perceive somebody. When that happens, you guys have to have critical thinking. You have to put two and two together. You cannot assume that just because someone says it that it makes it true. You have to detach yourself and take a step back and ask yourself, does this thing I'm looking at, the way I'm perceiving this person, is this the way the person shows up? Is that true of the way this person has always showed up, that I've always known them to show up? If someone came up to me and told me that somebody I know is a good person that hasn't done anything wrong to me or anything that I've perceived as being evil, and they come up to me and say they did this, that, and the other, I'm not going to automatically just be like, oh, well, okay, I guess I'm going to hate them now. No, I'm going to go and recollect my own memory of my experience with them. So something like that has happened here. I have officious interrogation. So some kind of interrogation was, or questions were brought. No guest was permitted to leave before being questioned in an Azorius Verity circle. There's people in this group who are questioning perhaps this girlfriend who came up with this idea. They could be questioning them, like, or these people are questioning why this person told them certain information about that wasn't true. Why did you say this about the collective? Why did you say that they were this? Why did you tell us that they did this to you? When clearly they're gentle princess. Why would you lie about that? Something like that. They made people look at somebody who's kind as somebody who's evil. Why do they do that? Wayfarer's bauble. Baubles. Druids hold certain plants to be sacred and use their leaves and wood as a spell-casting focus. What's a bauble? I know bauble from the Labyrinth, and that guy loved collecting baubles, but I like treasures, I guess, or like knickknacks. Baubles. trinket, decoration. Yeah. Emblem by gestures. Used as an emblem by gestures. Glittering baubles. They may have done it for some kind of monetary gain, or to look like they were a shiny decoration, or that they glittered, or something like that.
Peter.
Peter. Something about they wanted to look like a princess or something. That's too many. They wanted to look like a princess, or they wanted to look like they were some kind of sacred person. That could be where they're all trying to look like they know something, but they don't. Merfolk again. Grey Harbor Merfolk Rogue. Harbor masters tend to forget that security shouldn't stop at the surface. Another mermaid reference. Well, I have merfolk and the Garganticari, an astro serpent. A serpent. And I have boats here. Spirit says the boatyard. The 11. Okay. Spirit said 11. And I have 2 1s out here. That's 11. That's the Wayfarer's bauble. Something about spell casting using leaves and wood to stop, to make people forget. To change a surface. To stop people from they use spell casting to make people forget about someone that's secure. And they were demons, and they stopped at nothing to change what the surface looked like. Or just said demons. These people got demons on them. They may have summoned some kind of demon that the demon told them what to do or something. Ugh. Land, Opal Palace. Something about they wanted to appear equal to somebody who lives in a palace, somebody who has the energy of royalty, or someone who's very secure, a gentle princess. They wanted to like switch energies with this person or something. So they made this person, they told everyone that this person did things that they do or something. Just like my dream, there's some kind of spell or illusion that was cast either through word magic or through actual spell casting to make people look at somebody a different way. And now that this spell has been broken or this illusion is over, people are worried because now they're embarrassed, and it's agonizing for them because people are going to know what they did. So my question is, why did they do it? Why did they do this? What was the end game? It's this group of people. There's a group of men. And one of them has a girlfriend, and it was their bright idea to do this, or they claimed to be able to do this, and it was their idea to cause some kind of accident. But now that the illusion's over and or broken, people are starting to come out of it, and they're confused because they're wondering why they treated somebody who's kind the way that they did. What's the alto member of the violin family? This could have been your family. The viola. Viola! Could have been someone in your family. Someone named Marie, Peter, Bob, Dylan. So they're coming out of the illusion. When going through tough times, it's important to remember that nothing up to this point has defeated you. You've overcome challenges before. Be kinder to yourself and be thankful for all that you already have. Yeah, it didn't work because whoever they did it to overcame some kind of challenge of this illusion of people viewing them that way. Of people viewing them that way. They overcame that. Tell me more. Tell me more, Spirit. Tell me more about this group. What was the end game here? What did they... I know one part of it could possibly have to do with money or a bank. Vibration. Ham cube. Ham cube. These people are very dense. These people are very dense and very limited in their thinking. They're very low vibrational. They could possibly pretend that they have some... Six. I told you it's a group. Loki, the trickster god. They may have summoned some kind of trickster entity that has been guiding them to do stuff, pooping back and forth forever. Oh. It might not be literal, but it could be symbolically trying to end something for a child. Living in a trash can. That's why they're worried, because whatever they summoned when they were in this dense energy, this dense energy that they were projecting, they summoned something some kind of Loki trickster god, some kind of trickster entity. That's why you need to know about non-physical energy. You can't believe that spell work is going to work and not have any consequences or repercussions. Yes. That's just silly. Someone named Jesse. A week ago. What do you want us to know about this group? What else? They're crying. Crying into the pages of Sylvia Plath. Yeah, they could be going homeless. They could be living in a trash can. The Black Power Ranger. Yeah, there's one, Spirit said one, there's one, a girlfriend, who may have been tricked by some kind of trickster god because they said they could do some kind of energy manipulation to get somebody who's a gentle princess to be in fear itself, to be in some kind of fear energy. And then what do they want for this princess? An all-night fuck sesh with your dad's client, Robert. They wanted this princess to be promiscuous. Swamp Tank. They wanted them to be promiscuous because I don't know, this trickster entity might have said you need them to share their energy or something, or to be in this fear energy, so they would attain some kind of sea of troubles with a cowboy. So they would kind of be this cowboy. This cowboy makes me want to say, like, to make this princess go rogue, to make them in a sea of troubles where they were in a state of fear, where they would run into the arms of, like, someone's dad. Tonight. Swamp dick.
Cold stone steps.
That's so funny. Swamp dick. Cried over spoiled milk. Yeah, but
Say your name.
tell me what else. What else happened? This said say your name, patience. But somebody had patience. Somebody made it through a hard time that these people were projecting by the guidance of some kind of trickster entity that they summoned, or this one woman or girlfriend summoned, because she swore that she had the answers to cause a sea of troubles to somebody because she was in dense energy. She was the Black Power Ranger. She was operating in very dark energy, and she projected some kind of energy to somebody who overcame it, who defeated them by having patience and being kind to themselves.
Disagree.
Disagree. Shitting in a wizard's spell book and jizzing in his hat. Hey Reed! Thanks for being here. Thank you so much for being here. Shitting in a wizard's spell book and jizzing in his hat. They thought that they would overcome some kind of challenge they were having by sending some kind of energy to somebody. Thank you, confirmation. Yes, thank you, confirmation. By sending them tough times, a sea of troubles. This entity informed them that they need to be in a state of fear in order for something to work, to make this person live in a trash can. Possibly to unalive them by something they were going to do to their car. Pooping back and forth forever. Okay. But it didn't work. Why didn't it work? Why didn't it work? Can of whoop ass. Can of whoop ass. Because someone was woman in yogurt commercials. Because this gentle princess was probiotic. They had some kind of historical revisionism. They envision historical revisionism, because this woman whooped ass. This woman has the ability to envision how to change historical events, how to change the past. This woman has some ability to envision what they want instead of what they don't want. They were being probiotic. They were activating some kind of change in the timeline for somebody that was casting spells from a spell book. Yeah, I've gone to the bookstore and they actually sell my hair's kind of crazy. They actually sell spell books where they have real spells in them. Now the spells are neutral, but if everything's neutral until you apply your intention upon it. So if you want someone to be unalived or to be blamed for something that they didn't do, that's able to envision better and walk in a heart of gratitude and be thankful for everything, that is not going to go well for you. It's just not going to go well. So I don't know what the disconnect was, why this woman in this group, thank you, Spur said you are right. I don't know what this woman was thinking doing this, but she convinced all these men in this group that she knew what she was doing. But all of these people in this group have that problem. They all think that they're the expert of something. And this woman didn't want to appear to have messed up. So she kept doing something to the World of Warcraft. She kept doing something to bring war to somebody who's able to change timelines. Okay. She could be having suicidal thoughts right now. She could be wanting the gentle caress of the inner thigh, and she needs the Pope because she's sobbing at home into a lean cuisine. She could possibly have many children, pumping out baby every 9 months. She uses babies as a way to use them for money or something, or for the spell work. When you fart and a little bit comes out, but she's sharding her pants because she knows she's going to be homeless for wearing an octopus for a hat, because she's been pretending to be something she's not, but she's really like used up panties. She's a mommy. Yep, I told you. Some mother who's promiscuous. A murder most foul. She tried to unalive somebody. Why? You hold the record for the biggest boobs in the world. Because this princess is good at something. There's something that this princess is good at. Enter the Hunger Games with everyone in this group. They wanted to put you in some kind of game because they were in competition with you. That's why. Be sexually attracted to men, women, animals, plants, street signs, soap dispensers, and the sun. Yeah, this person's got some kind of negative energy attachment that makes them very promiscuous, and this group possibly has sex with each other or does sexual things with each other. Have an incurable disease that is slowly turning into a garden gnome. Girl mullet named Cornwallis, who's your best bud. This could have been somebody who tried to be your friend, 222. Who could have tried to, or you were friends with them, you were once friends with them, or they're part of your friend group. This could be a friend group. Sleep in a bucket, live in a hamster ball. COVID 34. Let's do some yes/no questions. Was this person playing with magic? Yes. Yes. They thought they had the answers to opening doors to gain access to you. Okay. Oh, wait. Let me ask a question first. Did this group of people know that this girl was doing magic? Yes. Beauty and growth surround you, cherish it. They could have been doing beauty spells on you. Oh, that could be another way they're making people. That's the way. That's what they're doing. They're putting beauty spells on you, but not to be beautiful, to make people look at you weird. COVID 34 and Swamp Dick were funny. Yeah. But they're sick now. I don't know if this implies that they're sick in the head, but Swamp Dick would imply that they have some kind of incurable STD now from doing these beauty spells on you, because we just did a TikTok where we talk about the dangers of doing energy manipulation, and that when you do energy manipulation or spells of any kind, if you go look up and you're doing binding spells, hexes, curses, beauty spells, that energy has to come from somewhere, and it doesn't just come out of thin air. It comes from your own field. It comes from your own vital force, and that can become very addictive for people who have emotional issues or personality disorders. And once you use up all of your own vital force, that energy now has to come from somewhere else if you keep on perpetuating the manipulations. So this person was doing it over and over again because but it wasn't working, and they didn't want to seem to this group like they didn't know what they were doing. And so they kept on. So essentially, when they ran out of their own vital force, this entity that they allowed to be attached to them, to give them knowledge of what to do next, told them, well, you can have probably some kind of sex magic. You can take sacred energy from having sex with people. Well, they started doing that. Some kind of mother with a lot of children. They could have had children just for this reason. So they could have, Spirit said 6. They could have up to 6 children. It's just forked up. A real time in the behind. A real time in the behind. It's forked up. It's forked up. That's funny. Stick a fork in it. Yeah, it's overdone. It's overdone. Stick a fork in it. They've been doing something too much that's not working. So what's gonna happen now? Let me see. What's happening now with these people? They're worried about something because now whatever they did that was supposed to look like an accident is gonna come out about something they did. What's happening now? Present energy. Narcissist. Told you. Personality disorder. Someone who's too full of themselves. Someone who couldn't admit that they didn't have control. Someone who couldn't admit that someone who's not gonna, nobody wants to date this person. Nobody wants to be around this person. They're walking away from this person because they fucked up. Distance. I just told you. Distance. Yeah. People are walking away from this narcissist because they're finding out that the illusion's being lifted. There could be a divorce happening. Someone's breaking up with this person because they put beauty spells on all these people, even the people in the group, to look at somebody that was walking in some kind of kind energy. Maybe even an earth angel. We got earth angel in here. And now everyone's finding out that that's not true. Sexuality, someone who's still figuring themselves out. This person doesn't even know who they are. There could be some kind of confession. It popped out onto the floor. So this person's worried about someone who's telling you, who's going to tell somebody something. Patience again. Spirit said, say your name. And Patience right here. My name is Patience. Someone who's waiting to tell you something, who's patiently waiting to tell you something. Just a few more months, good things come to those who wait. Return. Someone's going to return to you. So this is somebody you know. Internet. You could possibly be getting a message. This is something that's going to help you move on. Something that's going to... someone is unavailable. A waste of time. It's over. Someone's going to confess to you about someone who said that you're a waste of time. No, it's not the right time. But when is this going to happen? Someone else is in the middle. Someone's trying to sabotage this. Yeah, because they try to sabotage somebody who's kind. Why, though? I just don't understand. I don't understand this kind of... a love spell. I cannot make it up, you guys. Can't... to cause challenges. Honey, love spells can be done the opposite way. You've been bewitched. Yeah. To make people... to give you challenges. They wanted you to get a divorce. They wanted you to go through some kind of challenge so you'd move on. Because they're a narcissist. They were jealous of your manifestation. They spy on you. They're a liar. They could possibly be having a lot of blocks right now because no one wants to commit to them. This could be a air sign in reverse, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. There could have been some kind of false pregnancy. They did something to your pets. This person has a negative energy attachment. Oh, maybe that was my other dream, possibly, where someone's friend is growing horns out of their head because they're so possessed by some kind of demonic energy. How can we help? How can we help? Possibilities. Knock on it. Possibilities are over for this person. Thank you, Reed. This person can say goodbye to possibilities because they are frozen. They've been stonewalled. There's no words for what they've done. They were chasing thrills and excitement. They thought it was a good time to have some kind of power over you. I don't know, maybe what they were doing at first was working, but they didn't understand energy. They could have been doing this for so long that they lost all their vital force and they started having to get it from other people because they didn't value themselves. They weren't aware. I told you they weren't aware. They didn't understand the importance of energy and energy exchange and energy manipulation. And energy cannot die. Energy can't die. It can only be recycled, transmuted, distributed. Like, there's so many things you can do with energy, but if you don't understand where it's coming from or how to perpetuate it or clear it, or this person was relying on magic to do something. This group knew they were doing it and gave them the power to do that against somebody who is being true to themselves, being true at the top of the deck, somebody who finds joy in things, somebody who gives unconditional love. That's not somebody you can do magic against. Those are two different energies that repel each other, okay? How can we heal it? How can we heal it? Any advice, Spirit, for these people that are about to be, they're about to be exposed for murder? Divine flow. Divine flow. Anything that differentiable. Any actions you take that are to hurt somebody or to take from somebody or to, thank you, Earth Angel, or to manipulate people is not divine flow. That's opposite of divinity. Divine flow is unconditional, pure positive energy, unconditional love. That's the only true vibration and frequency there is, or emotion, and everything else is a distortion of love. If you're acting in that way and you're going out of your way to look like you're some kind of expert, to get clout from a group of men, who cares? You went after somebody who's in divine flow and you took actions that were against divine flow. Eventually, one sublime desire takes precedence over all others to follow the Tao, the divine flow at all costs. Spirit said, Lawrence, battle, yeah. Spirit said battle, and we had World of Warcraft. This started some kind of spiritual warfare. This was spiritual warfare. Change. You have to be willing to change. Cosmic flower. You have to be willing to change. Some people get upset. Brightly, thank you, Spirit. Some people get upset in your circle when you want to change, when you want to do better, when you want to become a better version of yourself, and dead to me, yeah. And when people get threatened by that because they aren't in a place to change, but everyone's on their own journey. Just because someone changes in your group and wants to become better, or doesn't want to do drugs anymore, or doesn't want to drink anymore, or doesn't want to go shopping anymore, or whatever the toxic behavior is, doesn't want to gossip anymore, it's not a reflection of you. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with the dynamic. It's just a cue for you to change. Everybody has to change at some point. If you don't change, then what are you doing? You're not expanding, you're not growing, you're not taking responsibility. So Spirit says this person was unable to change. The frequency of change supports our ability to gracefully dance with the forever changing nature of reality, both inward and outward, so that we can appreciate the sweet release of the old and the birth of the new. Exactly. If you're not releasing old behavior patterns, if you're not able to take responsibility to break generational curses, Spirit said generational before, then all you're doing is perpetuating the same energy. They got mad at me for changing and making them look stupid. Well, that's the thing about it. They should have took you changing or wanting to be better as a cue for them that it's possible for them too. Instead, these people take that as some kind of threat to them or challenge. We had challenge here as some kind of competition. And it's not about that. It's not a competition at all. If someone answers the call to make a change, to break a generational curse, we should be taking that as a cue that it is possible for us and that we can do the same thing. So this person, because you were changing and you were going into divine flow, they put a love spell over people in your circle to make some kind of glamour spell to make you look like a piece of shit, basically. The frequency of cosmic flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. Yeah, people weren't remembering you the way you actually are, and they couldn't remember once they came out of this illusion. They were like, why did I treat that person like that? Why was I doing that?
Fanciful.
They were confused. I was embarrassed for 2 years and they don't stop. Why they are projecting onto me? Because they're unhealed. Because they're unhealed. See this from a higher perspective. They're projecting onto you because you're making them feel like they're stupid, like they're incapable of attaining what you're attaining, what you're achieving, and it's making them feel bad about themselves because if you're doing it, then what's my excuse? So the defense mechanism is to project what they want you to be. It's easier for them to want you to be like them than to accept that you have overcome that level of consciousness. Divine abundance. You were born to align with love's will, follow the Tao, and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be in abundance and not chase it. Yeah, they're in a lack mindset. They're in a lack mindset, and it's about energy. It's all about energy. Your energy repels people or makes people feel inadequate who are not operating in a divine energy or in divine flow. It makes them feel inadequate. It makes them feel less than. It makes them feel, and on a subconscious level, they don't even realize that that's what it is. They're just looking at you as a threat because you're making them look bad, you know? This curse I broke was powerful, and it was a curse from the death of Fatima. I was trying to break. They got so sick when they found out. Did I break the curse? Well, the curse is broken. There seems to be, yeah, whatever this is, there seems to be some kind of awakening with these people. Choose kindness. That people are confused about in this circle. They're like, that was what my dream was about. That people were confused about why they were looking at you a certain way. And why they weren't supporting you, why someone who's so kind was looking so evil. It was because it was like they swapped energies with you or something. They put their energy on you and then your energy on them or something like that. Jesus called me in the churches where there aren't any apostles. Deepening. Once you're on earth for enough lifetimes, your old soul will begin to long for non-grasping detachment and surrender. They bring the peace of God. Yeah, these are just new souls that haven't had that many lives on earth, according to spirit. And when that happens, it's like they don't remember the harmony of the universe, the way it works. And so it's like from a higher perspective, this is some kind of agreement that we all agreed to experience this confirmation so that these people can have an awakening, so they can you could be their mirror, so they can reflect off of you what they're projecting onto you, so they can see their actions. Because when you because you were patient and you were kind and you didn't retaliate and you didn't mirror their actions. You possibly didn't even know like truly what was happening. This was kind of like happening in the background, but you could have had some kind of intuition that something was fishy. But and it may have created challenges for you where you did have people break away from you. You may have had people look at you funny or judge you or be very critical of you, but confirmation, but some kind of illusion has been broken, because of your ability to be in divine flow. They weren't matching energies, and so people are coming out of an illusion that was placed upon them, to look at you in a certain way, and that's over now. And there's going to be some kind of, I don't know exactly what, but something's going to come out about, some kind of storm is going to come out about what they did that could possibly be getting in trouble. I don't know. Or it could be, something that's happening on a non-physical level where they're in a mental prison.
Sure.
Sure. They're in a mental prison.
Hags.
Hags. Spirits of hags. I told you, some kind of witches or something. Okay. Well, everything artsy in the house. Gonna woo woo. Amen. Hey, buddy, you came at the end. I'm all done now, but it's good to see you. I hope all is well. Sending you love and blessings. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for being here. That was a doozy. That was a big message, but I hope it helped in any way, shape, or form. There's nothing to worry about. Spirit says choose kindness in all situations, and you will repel any spells, hexes, witchcraft, whatever is being projected at you by irresponsible, ignorant students of energy. If you don't match it, it can affect you. So you're doing it right. Oh, I'm a late comer. That's okay. We still love you. We're still so grateful for your presence here. Thank you so much. We love you. Bye.